All right, everybody. After the music got shut off, we've got center Logan Osburn. Raise your hand, and I'll get the mic to you for questions.
Logan, after having a chance to look at what you guys did at Ohio State, obviously offensively you did a lot of good things. How much confidence now does that give you going into this game and then the rest of the conference schedule? You got to feel like if you can execute against those guys, you can kind of carry that through the rest of the year.
Yeah, for sure. I think we did some good things, especially in the line of scrimmage. We did a good job protecting the quarterback and opening some run lanes. I think at the end of the day, we got to finish those drives. We moved the ball well, but we didn't finish those drives. But I think it still gives us some good confidence going into this week. I think we know what kind of offense we can be. So we're just going to continue off that momentum into
Looking at
this
that
week.
Western Michigan defense, what do you see, what stands out, and how do you evaluate a team like that? I mean, not even looking at the scoreboard. I know they've given up a lot of points, but what do you see that makes them a challenge?
Yeah, we were talking about them yesterday, and Coach Daggy gave a great analogy. He said they're kind of like a little Big Ten team, and I think that's a perfect way to describe them. They're very big. Like, they got some great size. They're physical. They're linebackers. They're 6'3", 230 pounds, which is like Power 5 size. And, they're going to go out there. They're going to play really hard. They're fundamentally sound. Like, they run some different types of schemes with blitzes and stuff, and they're always in the right gap. So they're coached well, and they play really hard.
Obviously protecting the quarterback has been big for as far as success goes this year. What's working up front, and just how much chemistry have you guys built, in these first 3 games of the year?
Yeah, I think we've made some great strides so far this year. That just goes back to the practice reps we do. We meet extra. We get some extra work in after practices and stuff. And Coach Earle is doing a great job coaching us up, just making sure we're going to be the most prepared group going out there every Saturday. And, he challenges us every week, like this offense doesn't run if we don't protect the quarterback. So we got to put that on our backs and take that every week.
Coach was talking a little bit about motivation this week. After you come off obviously a massive game against one of the best teams in the country, how do you guys gear yourself back up for a team you haven't seen, at least you guys haven't for a long time, but also to keep it in perspective that this is just as important as last week?
Yeah, every game's important, and you got to attack every game like it's a championship caliber team, and that's what we're going to do this week. We got to come out here, and we got to win a game. That's how it is. Our season in our minds starts now. Like, we got to go out here, and we got to go out here and just compete with these guys every week, and we got to make a run for the table.
That first drive on Saturday, how much did that do from a confidence perspective? After some offensive struggles, against Virginia Tech, but to come out and make that statement, how much did that boost your guys' confidence as an offense?
Yeah, it definitely helped us a lot. I think it was a little bit of a relief too, because we know how good we can be, especially through practice, and it was kind of frustrating going through Virginia Tech because we know how good we can be, and to go out there and not have success kind of was frustrating. So going out there that first drive and scoring just kind of like made sure we had that confidence knowing that we can be that offense that we want to be.
Slappy's kind of the baby of the group up front. He talked to us last week about just how much he's learned from guys that have a lot of experience. But how far along has he come as a player?
I've always saw the potential in Jalen, and I've always kind of like put him underneath my wing ever since he was a young player, getting to his first couple starts last year, because I know how good he can be. And, he's a great worker. He works hard. He's a very smart player for how young he is. And, he's kind of getting out of that young guy phase. He's starting to become an old guy. He's starting to get more experience. And his play's gotten a lot better, too. And just extra meetings with him, extra work, that's just what's going to make young players into great players.
Look, did you see from Stone a little maturation there? Just he's only been here, like you said, since the summer. But the steps he made from Stony Brook and Tech to what he did in Columbus, did you see the growth already right there on the field?
I mean, Stone does that every week, So, of course, he had a better game, and he went out there and he did his thing. But he's been doing that since he got here in fall camp. So we have the most confidence in Stone. We got confidence in Braylon and Cole. So whoever's back there, we're going to do our job and make sure they can do theirs.
the running game, obviously there's been a couple, big bursts from AJ, but that's a group that maybe it's just picking up 2 or 3 yards on a first or second down, but it seems like they're falling forward and keeping their feet moving. How much of that is them, and how much of that is you guys getting push up front?
I think it's a little bit of both. You can't. I'm not going to sit here and say it's all them. It's all us. It's a combination of the both. But AJ's doing a great job. He's explosive. He's fast. He can make guys miss. Ethan's going to run you over type of guy. But Coach Lockett's one of the best running back coaches in the nation. That's how I feel. And he's going to make sure those guys are prepared. They're going to play hard. And ball security is a big thing with them. They're going to make sure they got that thing tucked away, and they're going to put their head down and run you over.
Wide receiver Elijah Metcalf.
Obviously, not the result you guys wanted Saturday, but how much growth did you see in the offense? Especially when you look at the film from that first half.
I feel like just this week we just took advantage of our opportunity. I would say 2 weeks ago, including myself, we just didn't make the plays when we needed them. And it hurt us 2 weeks ago. But that first half against them, we attacked them and we gave them a run for their money. But I'm just excited how the offense looked, and I know they're ready to build on that going into this week.
You take some confidence now, Elijah, because you did that against number 3 with as good a defense as you'll see in the country, and now try to pick that up a notch each week.
Yes, sir. It's just attacking every week. Especially now, we're about to go into conference. We got to take every week, 1 week at a time. And I know our guys are going to attack every week and expect the results we get on Saturday. So just the guys we got to attack this week, and I know we're going to be all right for Saturday.
Scout, what have you seen so far about Western Michigan? What stands out to you, and maybe where's the challenge from them?
Just like Logan said, just they're fast, physical. They get to the ball. But I would say the challenge, just new year, new DC. So just like I know it's probably going to be some struggles, but at the end of the day, they're going to come to play. And the only thing we can worry about is what we got to do and what we got to come to play. So I feel like we come to play and do what we're supposed to do and attack the week like we're supposed to. We can expect good results on Saturday.
How important are everybody looks at the third down conversion rate or fourth down conversion rate, but to get to those downs, you got to play first and second. How much or how important are those downs, in your guys' offense to especially, getting those third and short, third and medium situations?
It's the big thing. We try to play fast, and when you get in those long third downs or your first down and second downs, you're not converting like you're supposed to. You really can't play with tempo because now your coach is looking for a good 3rd and 8 call, 3rd and 9 call. But you can go first and second and then get to 2nd and 4. You can go tempo, get a quick run or maybe a quick pass or shot when the defense is trying to adjust. So the biggest thing this week is just getting lined up fast and being attentive to the signal callers and stuff like
Elijah,
that.
we talked with Coach a little bit about how you guys get back up on a motivational standpoint after having played in Ohio State, which is, of course, off the charts. So how do you bring yourself up to play a team you guys haven't seen, but obviously the MAC has won some big games this year. Northern Illinois goes to Notre Dame and wins, and some of those big schools. So you've gotten yourself motivated this week too?
Of course. I've been at a school where each week we were trying to like the underdog, and at the end of the day, all we were trying to do was win. And I know with this team, that's all we're trying to do. I know it's good to fight, and it's always good to have a good performance, but at the end of the day, we just want to win. And that's the biggest thing, and I think that's our biggest motivation this week. And just finish what we started, and we'll be good when we head into the conference play like that.
How excited are you going to be to play back home? Obviously, having the game here is one thing, but no big travel involved. Is there a comfort factor there after not having a home game in almost a month?
Yeah, it's just like everybody says, it's tough to play on the road. So I know it's gonna be tough for them. Gonna come in here and the Jones gonna be packed. But at the end of the day, we just got to come in and perform. I know everybody's excited to play back at home. I know I am. My second game, so I'm excited to be home and do what we do. So I'm excited.
Anything further for Elijah?
Obviously the receiver room has quite a few weapons, and different heights as well. You got Christian up here, but that diversity. How difficult does that make it for defenses to adjust? Because you can go just about anywhere on the field.
It's so hard to even key in on one guy. each week we got a guy coming in ready to play. And just like I just want to give a shout out to Braylon Brown, how he stepped up last week. He played a great game, and that just shows our depth in the room. We got Carl Chester, we got Christian, we got Doc, we got Chuck. We got so many guys, B-Rob, DeMarcus. We got so many guys that each week I know they're ready to play, and their number's going to get called, and I know they're going to be ready for it. So just like this week, I know the guys are attacking, and I know I'm excited to see them on Saturday.
Anything further for Elijah? All righty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Quarterback Stone Earle.
You've had a chance to look at the film from Saturday now, just from a confidence perspective. How much does that first half help you guys kind of realize your potential and finally see it on film, against a big-time opponent?
I mean, it's huge, obviously. Like just being able to go out there that first drive and then the drive to end the half is just a big confidence booster. And then obviously, like, a lot of people are like, oh, we played hard, but at the end of the day, we just want to win. So any steps we could take forward to just going out there and winning, that's ultimately the goal, no matter how everybody plays. And then just looking back at the film, there's a lot of opportunities that we missed, especially just like little things like ball placement that can either turn the receiver going to score, breaking a tackle, or him getting tackled. So just clean up those things going into this next week and going into conference play.
The same question I did Metcalf, the first and second down, being efficient on those downs really helps keep the ball moving, keep the tempo up. What is it about those first two downs that can present challenges, especially when defenses are coming at it with the opposite goal? If we get them in third and long, then it goes in their favor.
Yeah. Like you said, just being efficient on first down is just a big thing that we harp on around here because it allows you to play with tempo on second down and then get into those shorter third down calls and then those shots that you can take. So just being able to execute the plays that the coaches put us in and then just going out there and then just trusting our technique, that's huge, especially at a quarterback because whenever you get into those obvious passing situations, it's tough, especially going against better teams that have a great pass rush and they kind of pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback. But at the end of the day, just going out there and executing on first and second down is definitely
your study
huge.
of Western Michigan, when you look at them, what do they do well? Where's the challenge for you? And where are they finding their successes? I know they've had some issues at times as a defense, but when you take the scoreboard out of the equation, what do they do well that's going to present a challenge?
I definitely would say, like, up front and just all around, they're a very physical football team, like the other guys have said. Whenever those guys up front are on, like, they're a really good football team, and they've shown a lot of good things on tape against bigger teams, just like we have. So we know we have a great challenge this weekend, and I'm excited just to kind of have a home game against a great team.
You haven't been here that long, and a lot of your players have said you've done that all camp with what you did Saturday. But to do it against Ohio State, is that for you kind of an aha moment and say, hey, now I know we can do this? I mean, against a quality team.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's reassuring to know that you can go out there against one of the top defenses in the country and perform well. But like at the end of the day, we want to win. So, I mean, kind of like I said earlier, you can go out there and perform, but the biggest thing that I want to achieve is just winning ball games. And I mean, yeah. So.
To get back in the win column this week would be big. You'd head into conference play at 2-2. Just how important is this matchup? To make sure you guys are feeling good heading into conference play and in a position to keep yourselves around.
I mean, it's huge because it's the next game, and we know that we need to win this game to set up a rest of the great season and going into conference play with some more momentum. But like you said, like, we just take it week by week, and we know that this is a big opponent that wants to come in here and do the same thing. So we just got to keep all of our focus on what we're doing this week and go out there and win this game for sure.
Anything further for Stone? All right.
Thank you, guys. God bless.
Next up, we got J-Mo, cornerback Josh Moten.
How you guys doing?
Obviously, you guys as a defense have performed well, this year through 3 games. Obviously, what's been working well on the defensive side? You know, when you look at the film and see the success you guys have had.
Yeah, we have a great defense, as you guys probably know. We have a lot of players and a lot of depth, and I just feel like when we know what we're doing, all 11 on the same page, our feet are set. I think it's like it's no way we can, you know what I'm saying, not be dominant every game and every snap. So it's just focusing on the little details.
Taking through the play where you came up with the interception, obviously, that was a talented receiver group, but you get one-on-one and made the most of it.
Yeah, it was a very talented receiver group, probably the best we'll face all year. The quarterback took a shot. It wasn't the best of the ball, and I just tried to, go up and make a play, give a ball back to my
Just
offense.
like from the offense gaining confidence in a game like that, you guys did some good things defensively also. Does that help you now as you finish up non-conference play and then head into Sun Belt play?
Yeah, that game was really good for us to see ways where we can improve schematically and fundamentally. Approach angles, tackling, going to attacking the ball in the air, block destruction. So it's going to be very good this week, seeing that film and going and get a full week of practice to just nip in the bud a few things and clean up our
What's
fundamentals.
Western Michigan like to do on the offense? When you look at it, where are they finding their successes?
Western Michigan, they have a very good offense. They have a veteran quarterback that we actually played. They played 2 years ago at Old Dominion, Hayden. They have good skill positions, and they have good tight ends. I say most importantly, they have a great O-line, too. I say most importantly, it's just dealing with the changes, the motions, stuff like that, knowing always where the tight end's at, and stopping the run. They have a good running back in O-line. And limiting the deep shots, to take a lot of deep shots with play actions and stuff like that, and they set it up good with just being able to run the ball.
You guys have had a lot of success as a secondary, this season. A lot of different pieces back there that have contributed, but when you're watching a guy on film like Hayden, who's more of a pocket passer, not as much of a threat in the run, does that present different challenges for a secondary, knowing that he's going to throw it, majority of the time?
No, I wouldn't. It doesn't cause challenges. I trust my group. We have a great group. It's just more of us just relying on our fundamentals that we've been working since spring ball, you know what I'm saying, and going back on that. I trust our guys against any offense. Just as long as we know what we're doing and do our job, we'll be fine.
Anything further for J-Mo?
Thank you.
All right, everybody. We've got defensive end Mike Green. Who wants to fire the first shot?
Obviously, some things you did well, some things you can improve on. When you look not only at last week but the first 3 weeks of film, but there's got to be a little bit of confidence, for that defense, which has played so well. How do you carry that over, as you come back home against Western Michigan?
Yeah. So first few games, the defense, we try our best to make sure that we're dialed in and make sure we're doing everything schematically and we're playing fundamentally sound. So with that being said, I think over time we're starting to grow and we're starting to come together more as one. Regardless of the wins, losses, or whatever, we're learning from our mistakes and things like that. So going to this Western Michigan game, I think things that we're just going to have to focus on is like executing to a different level, not just doing the right thing, but doing the right thing harder, faster, being stronger. And I think with that being said, that's probably going to be the main factor in improving from now on.
Coach was talking about motivationally, Mike, how you guys get back up. Obviously, Ohio State, everybody in the world's talking about that game. Now, as you gear up for a home game against a team you don't really know, how do you get the guys to say, let's put that same effort on Saturday?
Yeah, so the guys know that we can't let these guys come in here and be able to do whatever on us. We're basically putting on for our hometown, and that's with not like actual hometown, but this is where we live at, this is where we sleep, eat, and all that types of things. So we're basically putting a show on for the people that lives here, and we're trying to represent Marshall. So we know that we can't just let these guys in here and let them do whatever they want to do. We're going to have to come in with a different level of intensity and focus, so we can execute things and let the game go
What
more
do
in
you
our
know
favor.
about them? What do they try to do, and where are they finding their successes, and what are the challenges for you?
Yeah, I think they got some good running backs. They got a good running back core. One of the quarterback, I've seen him play when he was at ODU. I've seen a couple of his last year film. Not so mobile, but he has a pretty good arm. The running backs, they're also good. They like to stick it up and go downfield. The O line, they're a decent group. I don't necessarily think that they're planning to blow guys off the ball, but they do a good job positioning, blocking, and making sure that they're doing their job correctly. They're going to finish their block, and that's one thing I picked up over the past few days is that they're going to finish the block on you. So we can't let these guys have the inside leverage and be lowering on us and all those other types of things.
They're an offense that's pretty efficient down in the red zone. You guys have performed well down in the red zone. Kind of match of strengths there. How does defense change when you get down inside the 20 when space is kind of limited?
Yeah. So when we get in the red zone, that's a whole different story. I know that's kind of crazy to say, but when the first 80 yards or whatever. You don't really have that much pressure on you just because you know you when you get towards the red zone, you get towards the 20-yard line that you're going to have to be more locked in than you have recently been the first 80 yards. And I mean that's natural when they're getting closer to the end zone. It puts on a lot of more pressure and it forces you to play a little bit more harder. And that's just that's normal. So we know that they're a good red zone team, but also we're good at stopping teams in the red zone. So I think it's going to be a good challenge for us.
Mike, I don't know if you've seen the TV broadcast, but they were talking about you, and then all of a sudden you make 2 plays and you get the sack. Gus Johnson singing your praises. Is it in your mind in a game situation where do you think, hey, it's time to go make a play? It's not as simple as that, I know, but in your mind, do you think that?
Yeah, I feel like I think my strength is rushing the passer. So when they got the penalty, they had to move back 10 yards. I think it was like 3rd and 20. I was like, well, this is a good opportunity to bring out a move that I had in my bag previously. So when we got them in the long yardage, I kind of just I knew I was going to have to do something out of the ordinary to try to make a play. Just because I think that was the only third and long that they probably didn't had all game. So yeah, I think that I probably had that in the back of my mind the whole game.
Former teammate of yours, Owen Porter, doesn't always like to say much in the public eye. I think he tweeted it for the second time since he got signed by the Vikings after the draft. He said, "Heard by millions today." You still talk with him, and just if you do, just how proud is he of you in this moment to be able to take advantage of your opportunity?
Yeah. So Owen, he's a great guy. Everybody loves him here, from the coaches down. The community loves him. Everybody knows Owen is just being that tough guy. He's physical. He's just a great guy to be around. He never is negative or anything like that. I can't really say anything negative about him, honestly. I think he's extremely proud of me, and I'm extremely proud of him. I know last year he did a good job teaching me a few things and showing me a way, kind of. And I remember after this, I think it was our bowl game, he sat me down. He was like, "Hey, man, you're going to be better than I ever was. Just keep your head down. Keep going in the straight path that you've been going in, and everything's going to go in your favor." So I kind of took that and I ran with it, only because not only is Owen, but this is the same guy that everybody loves and everybody praises. So I kind of took that personally, just because of everything that he's worked for. And when somebody says that to you, like a guy like Owen, it means a little bit more. So he's proud of me, and I'm proud of him also. He's came a long way, and I think if he just keeps on going down the path that he has been going, that he's going to be successful just because of the type of guy I know he is.
Anything further for Mike G? All righty, thanks, Mike.
Appreciate y'all.